It's early morning, January 17th, 2025. Breaking news flashes across screens worldwide. A new viral strain detected in Southeast Asia. Rapid spread suspected. At first, it sounds familiar. Another local outbreak. Another isolated event. But within hours, airports shut down. Nations issue emergency advisories. Scientists rush into labs. And by the end of the week, the world realizes history is repeating itself. But this time, it's worse. For years, experts have warned about viral evolution. The original coronavirus didn't disappear after 2020, it adapted. Hidden in remote animal reservoirs and understudied regions, it continued mutating quietly. In late 2024, researchers in Singapore detect a strange viral cluster in bats, a mutation capable of surviving higher temperatures and resisting antibodies from existing vaccines. But before they can contain it, an infection spreads through a local seafood market. By the time the first patient shows severe symptoms, it's already too late. Unlike the 2020 pandemic, COVID-25 spreads faster. It lingers in the air for hours. It survives on surfaces for days. It's not just a respiratory illness anymore. It can affect the nervous system, the kidneys, even the heart. Within weeks, infections rise exponentially. Hospitals overflow again, and world leaders scramble to respond. By February 2025, the virus has reached over 70 countries. Airports stand silent. Empty highways stretch across major cities. The phrase global lockdown returns to every headline. But this time, the world is different. People are tired. Economies are fragile. Trust in governments and science is fractured. Protests erupt across Europe and the US as citizens resist another round of restrictions. In some countries, the military is deployed to enforce quarantine zones. In others, entire towns vanish under containment zones, closed off from the rest of the world. The virus doesn't discriminate. It affects rich and poor, urban and rural alike. But developing countries suffer the most limited access to new vaccines, overwhelmed hospitals, and shortages of oxygen and antiviral drugs. Meanwhile, the stock market collapses again. Oil prices fall. Food supply chains break. What began as a health crisis spirals into a global economic depression. Inside laboratories from Washington to Berlin, a new scientific race begins, the race for the COVID-25 vaccine. But this time, the virus mutates faster than anyone predicted. Every 3 weeks, a new variant appears, rendering previous research partially obsolete. Scientists turn to artificial intelligence to simulate mutations and design vaccines faster. Supercomputers model millions of molecular combinations daily, searching for weaknesses in the virus's spike proteins. By April 2025, a new hope arises. An mRNA-5 vaccine candidate developed using quantum computing simulations shows promise in early trials. However, global distrust in vaccines creates a new problem. Misinformation spreads faster than the virus itself. Conspiracy theories flood social media, claiming the virus was engineered or that new vaccines are part of population control. The battle isn't just biological anymore. It's psychological, political, and digital. By mid-2025, major cities like New York, Tokyo, and London resemble ghost towns again. Office towers stand empty. Schools shift permanently to virtual classrooms. Face masks return, but this time they're integrated with wearable tech that monitors breathing and temperature. The entertainment industry collapses once more. Global tourism vanishes. For the first time in modern history, the Olympic Games are canceled indefinitely. Meanwhile, underground markets rise, black markets for food, medicine, even clean air filters. Cyber attacks increase as governments struggle to maintain digital infrastructure under new pressures. Human civilization enters what scientists call the silent year. A period of minimal movement, minimal interaction, and maximum uncertainty. Yet, amid the fear, hope persists. Doctors, nurses, and scientists, once again, step into the fire. AI-driven robots disinfect hospitals. Drones deliver medical supplies to remote villages. New antiviral nanotech treatments emerge that can target infected cells without harming the body. By October 2025, the world begins adapting rather than fighting. Human society evolves into a hybrid of isolation and innovation. Cities build biosecure zones where citizens live under constant health surveillance. Digital IDs track temperature, location, and air quality. Some countries begin constructing pandemic-proof cities, places with advanced ventilation systems, ultraviolet street lighting, and drone-based sanitation. A new global alliance forms, the BioShield Pact, a treaty among 50 nations to share pandemic data instantly, preventing future outbreaks. But the scars run deep. Families lose loved ones, again. Graduations, weddings, and simple gatherings vanish from everyday life. Mental health becomes the next silent pandemic. Depression rates skyrocket. Suicides increase. Psychologists warn that a generation of young people has grown up in constant fear, disconnected, anxious, and distrustful of the future. Religions interpret the second outbreak as a divine message. Philosophers debate whether technology made us stronger or more vulnerable. Humanity stands at a crossroads: rebuild smarter or collapse forever. By late December 2025, scientists finally make a breakthrough: a universal antiviral treatment capable of neutralizing multiple coronavirus variants. It's not a traditional vaccine, but a genetic therapy that reprograms the body's immune cells to recognize viral patterns permanently. The treatment works. Infections drop dramatically within months. Borders reopen slowly. The world breathes again, cautiously. But it's a different world now. Automation has replaced millions of jobs. Education is fully digital. Remote living is the new normal. And people no longer shake hands. Governments begin debating how to prevent COVID-26, and for the first time, humanity unites under one goal: to monitor and control every potential pathogen on Earth using AI-powered global biosurveillance. The coronavirus of 2025 becomes more than a disease. It becomes a mirror. A reminder that humanity's greatest weakness isn't the virus, but our lack of unity. When the world divided between science and doubt, wealth and poverty, order and chaos, the virus thrived. When the world came together, through data, cooperation, and compassion, the virus lost. Historians will look back at 2025 not just as the year the pandemic returned, but the year the world learned that survival requires more than medicine. It requires trust, truth, and global solidarity. If the coronavirus returned stronger than ever, it wouldn't just test our immune systems. It would test our humanity. And perhaps that's the ultimate lesson we were meant to learn all along.